Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nocturnal Narratives Studio. I know many of you use these videos to fall asleep, so before you drift off, I'd love it if you could leave a comment letting me know which country you're listening from around the world. Today's story is called The Hollow Lullaby, and it was sent by Emily from Vermont. Without further ado, let's begin the story. Deep in the heart of a forgotten forest stood an orphanage, a weathered building with ivy creeping up its crumbling walls. The children who lived there were familiar with hunger, the cold, and the faint sound of a melody that floated through the halls each night. They called it the Hollow Lullaby. No one knew where the music came from. It was soft, eerie, and beautiful, but it carried an unsettling sadness. Some children swore it whispered their names. Others claimed it spoke of dreams they'd never dared to share. For as long as anyone could remember, the lullaby had been a part of their lives, a haunting presence that neither harmed nor comforted. One stormy evening, a new child arrived. Her name was Mara, a girl with striking green eyes and an air of quiet defiance. She had heard stories of the lullaby, but dismissed them as superstition. The first night, as the wind howled outside, she heard it. The tune was faint yet unmistakable, like a voice calling from a distant memory. Unlike the other children, Mara didn't shrink from the sound. She followed it. But what did Mara find as she ventured into the shadows? Was the lullaby a song of comfort, or did it conceal something far more sinister? Stay with me, for the answers lie in the melody's haunting refrain. Mara traced the melody to the attic, a place the children avoided. Its door was always locked, but tonight, it stood ajar. The air was thick with dust, and the faint scent of something sweet and decayed. In the corner of the room stood an antique music box, its lid slightly open, the source of the melody. The box was adorned with intricate carvings of weeping angels, and a single word etched into its surface: Amara. Mara hesitated. The name was eerily similar to her own. She reached out to close the lid, but as her fingers brushed the box, the music stopped. A whisper filled the room. Finally, you've come back to me. Terrified, Mara stumbled back. The room shifted, and suddenly she was no longer in the attic. She stood in a lush garden, bathed in moonlight. A woman in a tattered dress appeared, humming the lullaby. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow yet piercing. "Who are you?" Mara demanded, her voice trembling. The woman smiled sadly. "I am what remains of Amara. This orphanage was my home, long before it was yours. I cared for the children, sang to them. But one night, a fire consumed everything. I perished with my song still in my heart. The music box holds my essence, a fragment of what I was. It called to you because you carry my name, my legacy." Mara shook her head. "I'm not you. I don't belong to this place." The woman's expression darkened. "You cannot deny the melody in your blood. You are bound to finish what I could not. The children's souls are trapped, tied to the lullaby. Only you can set them free." Mara found herself back in the attic, the music box still open. The whispers grew louder, pleading, accusing. She felt the weight of countless eyes watching her. The trapped souls of the orphanage's past. The music box pulsed with energy, its melody now desperate and discordant. "Destroy it," the whispers begged. But another voice, Amara's, echoed in her mind. "If you destroy it, the souls will be lost forever. Play the melody to its end, and they will find peace." Mara hesitated. Could she trust Amara? The choice was hers alone. With trembling hands, she turned the music box's crank. The melody shifted, growing fuller, more vibrant. The room filled with light, and she saw spectral children smiling as they faded into the ether. Amara appeared one last time, her form more solid, her eyes no longer hollow. "Thank you," she whispered, before vanishing. The attic fell silent. the music box now still and lifeless. Mara descended the stairs to find the orphanage transformed. The air was lighter, the walls seemed brighter. The children greeted her with smiles, unaware of what had transpired. The Hollow Lullaby was no more. And so, the melody fades, leaving behind a story of sorrow, courage, and redemption. Thank you for joining me tonight at Nocturnal Narratives Studio. If this tale stirred your imagination, be sure to subscribe for more haunting journeys. Until next time, sleep well, if you dare.